John, what prompted you to run for this position?
I believe that education is the lifeblood of our community. I believe I have the experience and the diversity to help the board move this district in a positive direction. I've served on many boards in the past. Currently, I guess my past board experience is like Scottsbluff County Planning Commission. I've been a director for the Nebraska Dry Bean Growers Association, various other boards. Currently, I'm not serving on any boards because I understand this, it is, so it's a 2-day-a-month meetings. I know it involves a lot more than that. I'm fortunate in my life to have the time now to dedicate to the school board and do my homework prior to the meetings so that the meetings can get their business done and be a well-informed board member. Now, for last but not least, there's a lot of exciting things going on during public schools. I think we're very fortunate. We have a new high school. We have, the career academies, a new FFA program. I think the block schedule is a great thing. I mean, we've got 120 kids currently that have went through the WNCC classes with a 90% pass rate. So there's a lot of positive things going on during public schools. I'd like to be a part of ushering in the future and being a positive role model in the community.
Thank you. John, what's your philosophy when it comes to parental involvement in the development of curricula and other issues affecting their child's education?
I think it's very important. I know my wife is also a teacher, and she loves when parents want to get involved, ask questions. We as board members, or if we would be selected as board members, we are the liaison between the public. That's our job, to listen to the parents. That's just another avenue to bring to the board meetings, so we can decide what's the best route to go with the curriculum. We're here representing the masses.
John, what other career pathways would you like to see developed?
I agree with Rick. I think the future, there is a lot of demand for the vocational trades. And looking at the academies that we have now, I think they're plenty broad enough that, the healthcare, that covers a huge number of jobs. Maybe, the financial, the personal finance, I agree with you on that. I think, there's way too many people, and there's adults, they don't know how to balance a checkbook or put together a budget or, like you said, do their taxes. I think that is a wonderful, even at the college level. I really don't think that, that's been taught very well. The interest, the way loans are written. I think that's very, a thing that the education system has missed out on, and I'd like to see that improved on.
Thank you. Gearing Public Schools has partnered with Scottsbluff Schools in a number of areas, some extracurricular activities, like notably the swim team. How much farther should collaboration go, and would you ever consider an instance to consolidate the districts?
I believe it's wonderful that the two school districts have been working together, whether it be the swimming team or the bowling team, or, this is giving the kids here in Gearing and Scottsbluff an opportunity to do something that they would not be able to do, in one place or the other. This is, I think it's very positive for our community. It's positive for budget dollars. We have to be fiscally responsible with, we're only given X amount of dollars. So this is giving kids extra things to do without, straining the budget anymore. It also, with the numbers of kids, we're getting to the point we have so many activities and not enough students. Well, there are some students that want to do like a bowling or something like that. It's nice to be able to bring some kids from Scottsbluff or have them work together and put together a team, a swim team, I guess. So I think there's nothing but positives in that. I don't, at this time, I can't really see the two districts merging possibly in the future. Everything's about, dollars and cents, and, we'll see what comes down the pipeline. But as of right now, I think we can keep on our own.
Okay, John, the next question starts with you. The district has had to secure a line of credit with a local financial institution to protect district cash flows. What do you believe the district needs to do to stabilize funding, especially when state aid fluctuates year to year?
I'm a business owner, but then again, I'm not a professional at, how a school board is run. I know there's state, local taxes and state taxes that are, fund the school system. A solution, I think it's great that we had a local bank step up and, help us through a rough patch. I guess you, as a school district, you just try to be as efficient as possible and, use the dollars in the best, you have the best use for those dollars that are available and try not to go over budget. Basically, that's the job of budgeting, and we probably need to improve on that.
John, what do you believe the board stance should be when it comes to the proper age to begin sex education, and when should controversial subjects of gender identity and fluidity be introduced?
I believe it's the parents' responsibility to have, the sex education talk. I guess, in this day and age, you've got, everybody has a means to, get a hold of the school board, whether it be a parent or whatever. I think this, the school board can talk, address this issue in the future, if it needs to, pick, age or change the age that these sex education talks need to be made. The gender ID thing, I think that's a sensitive subject. I think we're, like Brandon was saying, it's been going on for, since the beginning of time, but people in society, we don't really know how to, address it. And I think, having school, you have school nurses and you have school counselors, having kids feel comfortable, coming to these people with their questions, I think that helps them grow tremendously, and I guess that's my stance.
John, should the grading scale be that rigorous, or should it conform more closely to post-secondary grade scales?
I think it should be more like a post-secondary grade scales. I think it's all about perspective. I honestly believe that one chemistry teacher could, from another school, could grade a class as a 90, and another teacher, a 94, would be equally the same grade. I mean, it's all about perspective. It's all how you set your class up. And I think we're doing a disservice to the majority of the students in Gearing. I mean, the top 5%, they're always going to be the top 5%. They will probably succeed with A's regardless of the grading scale. It's the kids you lose that are the 70% or the kids that struggle for the 80%. I think you're losing these kids. And what's to say they're not going to jump the river? We want our students to stay in Gearing, and we want to be able to serve them. But if they perceive that school is easier, it's just a number. But I know of children that have went over there to attend school just because they believe that it's an easier grading scale. So, no, I don't think we should keep it.
John, if you're elected at the end of a 4-year term, how would you define success?
I would like to be considered knowledgeable at school board, the way it's run. Hopefully my knowledge I'm very proficient at that in 4 years. I would like to see the teachers in our system, have them feel refreshed, have them feel, a little recharged. They've been through a lot in the last few years. I would like teachers that are not in our system to be fighting to get in our system. I want this to be the district that everybody wants to finish their careers at, that everybody wants to be a part of. I want our children that are in our community to want to go to school here. I want kids to try to option in. We're welcoming the members. We have the facilities. We have the educators. To me, that would be considered a success.
Thank you. Okay, we will give each of you 1 minute for closing statements.
True story. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved here to Gearing. It was because of the school system. My wife's originally from Omaha. She was in education there, and give her my hats off to her because she knocked on doors, asked administrators, teachers, interviewed people, and we finally decided on that we wanted Gearing to be where our kids receive their education. I can't say enough good things about the Gearing system. 2 of our children graduated as valedictorians of their respective classes. I believe the educators, the teachers, and there are many of them along the way, instilled the love of learning in them. My children felt like they were very prepared, like they had the tools to go to college or continue their education in the next endeavor. I want to thank GPS for that. So this is one reason that I would like to have the opportunity to serve this community and keep Gearing moving in the right direction and continue their success.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all of our candidates running for Gearing Public Schools Board of Education for participating in tonight's forum. Greg, Brian, John, Krista, Rick, Mike, Gloria, Brandon, Colleen, thank you all for being here. We hope you at home, this helps you in deciding who you wish to vote for. As a reminder, in the May 10th primary election, you'll be allowed to vote for 3 candidates. The top 6 vote getters in the primary election will advance to the November general election. This candidates forum is one of several being presented by the Government Affairs Committee of the Scottsbluff-Gearing United Chamber of Commerce. We again would like to thank the Rural Radio Scottsbluff staff for recording this forum so you can view it, the timers, students from Gearing Public Schools for volunteering, the Chamber staff, and the Gearing Civic Center for hosting us this evening. On behalf of the Scottsbluff-Gearing United Chamber of Commerce Government Affairs Committee, and for my co-chair, Don Wolf, I'm Bill Boyer. Thank you for joining us, and remember, get out and vote.